A pleasant good morning to you all. In the previous class, we have learned about force and effects of force. A push or pull acting on an object is called as force. The SI unit of force is Newton. It is represented by the capital letter N. Then we have seen about the effects of force. The first effect is force can make a stationary object move or make a moving object move faster. Example, a toy car can be made to move by giving a little push. Similarly, a stationary football can be made to move by giving it a small push. If you kick the ball, it will move a little distance. So, force can make a stationary object move, and it can also make an already moving object to move faster. The second effect is force can slow down or completely stop a moving object. Suppose a moving car is there or a moving toy car is there. It can be made to stop by applying brakes. Another example is a bicycle can be stopped or slowed down by applying the brakes. Like the same way in football, the force applied by the goalkeeper stops the ball that is hit towards the goal. So, in order to stop or slow down a moving object, we need to apply a force in the direction that is opposite to the direction of the moving object. The third effect is force can change the direction of a moving object. Example, in cricket, when the batsman hits the ball that is bowled at him, the direction in which the ball is moving will change. Like the same way in football, the players can change the direction of the moving ball by kicking it in the different direction. We can see the fourth effect of force. Force can change the shape or size of an object. For example, while making chapatis, we change the shape of the dough by applying force with our hands. So, the second example is the length of a rubber band. When it is stretched, it increases. And when it is pulled or when it is released, it will come to the original size. So, you can say another example, that is objects made of glass or porcelain. When you apply force on them, it will break. So, we can say that objects as they are brittle, they are easily breakable, is it not? So, these are the four effects of force we have seen that day. Okay. So, next topic is magnitude of force and classification of forces. Now, what do you mean by magnitude of a force? Now, the magnitude of a force is the strength of the force acting on an object. So, the magnitude of a force is the strength of the force acting on an object. Now, what does this magnitude of force depends upon? It depends upon the number of forces involved in a particular action and also the direction in which they act. So, magnitude of a force is the strength of a force acting on an object. It depends upon the number of forces involved in this process at a particular direction and also in the direction in which they act. Now, let us see about the three types of magnitude of force. Now, first one, when two or more forces acts in the same direction, then the magnitude of the resultant force of the object will be the sum of the forces. So, two forces acts in the same direction, the magnitude of the resultant force of the object is given by adding the two forces. What is the second type? When two or more forces acts in the opposite directions, then the magnitude of the resultant force on the object will be the difference of the forces. That is, two or more forces, they are acting in opposite direction. The magnitude of the resultant force will be given by subtracting the two forces. It will act in the direction of the larger force. So, if two forces are in the opposite direction, it will act in the direction of the larger force. That is, in which side we are applying more force, large force, that direction it will move. Then, next one is, in the case of two opposing forces are equal, then the resultant force will be 0. So, suppose one side we are applying some force, and also other side we are also applying some force on an object. Now, the both of them are in the opposite direction and they are equal. The amount of force applied on the object is equal or same. Then the resultant force is 0. The next one is, when the magnitude of a force acting on an object changes, the effect of force will also change. So, when magnitude of a force of an object changes, the effect of the force also will change. For example, if we apply a small force on an inflated balloon, it will be deformed or it will change into different size. But if you keep on increasing, if you pull, if you apply some force, more force, what will happen? The ball will burst. So, these are the three types of magnitude of different forces. So, from these we can understand that effect of force, we need to know its strength as well as the direction in which it acts. So, if you want to know the effect of a force, we should know the strength as well as the direction in which it acts. Next, we are going to see about is the classification of forces. Now, the forces are divided into two types. They are contact forces and non-contact forces. Now, what do you mean by non-contact forces, children? See, a force acts on an object, only the force is in contact with the object. Such forces are called contact forces. So, the force acts on an object only when the force is in contact with the other object. So, such forces are called as contact forces. Then, the forces can act on an object without physical contact. These are called as non-contact forces. So, some forces can act on objects without any physical contact. Such forces are called as non-contact forces. Now, let us see some examples and explanation of non-contact forces. Now, forces that do not need physical contact with the object on which they are acting are called as non-contact forces. So, forces that do not need physical contact with the object on which they are acting are called non-contact forces. Can you say some examples for non-contacting forces? The examples are gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force, etc. Now, we have to see one by one. First of all, gravitational force. What is meant by gravitational force? Now, the force with which objects pull each other is called gravitational force. The force with which objects pull each other is called gravitational force. Now, we should see the example. For example, the earth exerts a gravitational force on us that is strong enough to keep us behind to it. It is also the gravitational force that causes a small ball thrown up to fall back to the ground. Also, gravitational force makes the earth move around the sun and also makes the moon go around the earth. Suppose if our weight is the in fact our weight is the gravitational force that is acting on us. So what is meant by weight? Weight means the gravitational force of the earth acting on us. Now different objects exert different magnitudes. Okay, different objects exert different magnitudes of gravitational force. For example, if you go to the moon, the gravitational force of the moon is about 1/6 of the earth. That is, the weight of an object, that is, if you take the weight of an object on the moon, will be 1/6 of its weight of the earth. So, this is about gravitational force. So, what is meant by gravitational force? The force with which objects pull each other is called gravitational force. Now, gravitational force is small, very small, and we can feel it only if the object is very massive. So, if it is a very large object, then we can feel the gravitational force. Next one, example for gravitational force is the earth exerts a gravitational force on us that is strong enough to keep us bound to it. Now, it is also the gravitational force that causes the ball thrown up to fall back to the ground. So, gravitational force makes the earth move around the sun and also makes the moon go around the earth. So, when you take the weight of an object, the weight of an object is nothing but gravitational force of earth acting on us. Now, the different objects exert different magnitudes, is it not? So, if you take the example, the gravitational force of the moon is about 1/6 of that of the earth. So, the gravitational force of the moon is about 1/6 of the earth. That is, the weight of any object on the moon will be 1/6 of its weight of its earth. Now, that's all about the gravitational force. So, gravitational force is the largest force. We can feel it when the object is very large. Then example, earth exerts a gravitational force on us that is moving enough to keep us bound to it. Shall we see the next type of force? The next type of force is electrostatic force. What do you mean by electrostatic force, students? Now, the force between electric charges is called electrostatic force. The force between electric charge is called electrostatic force. Now, for example, if you take a plastic object such as pen, comb, CD, then if you bring it near the tiny bits of paper, the bits of paper will get attracted to the plastic object. What is the reason, students? This is due to the process called or force called electrostatic force. So, tiny particles of dust and smoke can also be attracted by electrostatic force. So, what is meant by electrostatic force? The force between electric charges is called electrostatic force. The next one is magnetic force. What is meant by magnetic force? All of you have watched a magnet pulling the iron nail, is it not? Now, the force exerted by magnet on each other and on metals such as iron, cobalt, nickel is called magnetic force. Now, since magnetic force, magnets attract iron, these magnetic substances are used to separate waste iron objects or scrap from garbage dumps so that they can be recycled. So these are all about the non-contact forces. So what is meant by non-contact forces? So the force acts on an object only when the force is in contact with the object. Such forces are called contact forces. Now in some cases, some forces can act on the objects without physical contact. These are called non-contact forces. There are two types of forces. One is non-contact and contact forces. Examples of non-contact forces are: first one is gravitational force, electrostatic force, and the third one is magnetic force. You already know about electrostatic force and magnetic force and gravitational force. The force with which objects pull each other is called gravitational force. Then the gravitational force of the moon is about 1/6 of the earth. The next type of forces are non-contact forces, electrostatic force. That is, the force between electric charges is called electrostatic force. This electrostatic force is demonstrated by rubbing a plastic object with a pen, comb, CD with your hair and bring it near the bits of paper. You will see that the bits of paper get attracted to the plastic object. What is the reason behind this? This is due to the electrostatic force. Now, this electrostatic force is used in electric air purifiers and in factories to purify air in chimneys before letting it to escape into the atmosphere. The next one is magnetic force. The force exerted by magnets on each other and on metals such as iron, cobalt, nickel is called magnetic force. Now, since magnets attract the iron, these are used to separate waste iron objects from garbage dumps so that they can be recycled. So that's all about the non-contact forces, students. The remaining we will see in the Zoom class. Thank you.